Hey everyone. One thing I've always found fascinating is just how many people have this desire to be liked by others. And this actually makes sense on a biological level because going back to caveman times, if you were well liked by everyone in your tribe, you obviously would have a better chance of surviving because people would want to give you resources, they'd want to help you out. If you had children of your own, they'd be willing to take care of your children while you go out hunting or gathering or whatever. Basically, the more well liked you were by everyone around you, it meant that you were likely going to survive. So, of course, we've evolved up until now, and there's still this desire to be liked by others because we as human beings are pack animals at the core. And the fact that we're pack animals would help explain why, even up until this point, we haven't outgrown this need for human connection. This is why so often when people don't have strong relationships in their lives, they don't feel all that great. I would argue that it's only possible to get through life alone and still be something resembling happy if you really take the time to work on yourself. And the vast majority of people are nowhere near the level of self-work that is needed to be able to pull this off. And another interesting thing, I wager most people who have hit this level of self-worth to be able to theoretically get through life alone have no desire to do so because they've worked on themselves enough where one, it's not super difficult for them to create meaningful, strong relationships in their lives, but two, they understand that it would be dumb to try to get through life alone. Like, where's the fun in that? You wouldn't have people to create memories with and to share experiences with, and you wouldn't have any romantic interests in your life, so that's not all that fun either. So there is a strong incentive to be liked by other people so that you can build these strong, meaningful connections in your life. So how can you be liked by others in order to help build these meaningful connections in your life? Well, interestingly enough, the best thing that can help you be liked more by others is to like yourself first. You probably didn't see that coming, right? But it's the truth. Because the more that you like yourself, it'll naturally make you more magnetic and charming, and it'll make other people want to spend more time with you. So let me share with you why that's the case. If you like yourself, then this usually means you're going to have a decent level of self-respect. And self-respect is crucial for other people liking you. Because think about this. Do you like people you don't respect? I know in my own life, I certainly don't. When I start losing respect for someone, even someone who used to be close to me, it's actually rather scary how quickly it makes me stop liking them. Even when we previously had a good relationship, we were good friends or whatever. But if I start losing respect for someone because of their actions, it's not good. So naturally, this will hold true for a lot of people out there. If you don't respect yourself, it's very difficult for other people to respect you because you're not going to have boundaries that you enforce with other people. You're going to allow people to walk all over you. And you're basically going to behave in ways that can be rather needy. And yet again, people aren't going to respect you if you're super needy because you're not going to have a backbone. You're not going to have integrity. And those are things that are worthy of respect. So if you want people to respect you more and thereby like you more, you need to respect yourself first. And well, liking yourself will help you do just that. Going back to neediness, this really is one of those things that can get in the way of you being able to make new friends and especially romantic interests, because neediness has this natural ability to repel other people. I often say it's like one of the most unattractive things out there because it pretty much is. Because neediness will often cause you to act in ways you normally wouldn't, like agreeing to everything someone says because you want them to like and approve of you, which makes you come off like you have no personality of your own, or that you're so afraid of rejection that you're not willing and able to just be yourself. And that is going to hinder your ability to connect with others. So as much as possible, you want to work on getting rid of that neediness, and well, working to accept and like yourself more will do just that. Because usually neediness is caused by someone not liking or approving or accepting themselves. So they seek validation in other people to make themselves feel better about themselves. They want other people to accept them and like them because they don't like and accept themselves. So it's a big issue. So when you're able to squash your neediness, it makes you more comfortable with other people not liking you. That way, you're going to have the courage to be your authentic self, and if other people don't like you for it, you'll just think whatever and move on without them, because you'll accept and approve of yourself enough to not need their validation to make you feel better about yourself. And funny enough, that will naturally make other people like you more, especially when it comes to romantic interests, because now you're not going to fall into this example scenario of, let's say you have a guy and a woman. The woman happens to be particularly attractive, but the guy is a bit needy and has no self-confidence. So let's say they're on a date together and the woman tells the man that she likes folk music. Well, if he's super needy, he may say, I like folk music too. Even if he doesn't, even if he's never even heard of the genre, never explored it at all, and doesn't know any bands within it. So then, of course, if she were to ask him a question to validate that by saying, oh, what's your favorite folk band? He's not going to have an answer to that, and that's immediately going to reveal him as being a liar, but also being one of those people who are so needy that they lie in order to be liked and accepted by others. So that's not going to make him look good. Now, in the same exact scenario, if the man was secure in himself and liked and approved of himself, he's going to be comfortable with the woman not liking him. So now she asks him, are you into folk music? He's probably going to say something like, I'm not, but that's interesting that you're into that. I've never really explored it much myself. I don't know any bands within it. I remain open-minded, so if you happen to know of a great band, feel free to shoot them to me and I'll scope them out and let you know whether or not I actually like the music. But in the past, it's not a genre I've delved into much. That's going to make him look a lot better because, well, one, now he's showing that he's okay with her potentially rejecting him over this. If she is that passionate about folk music that she wants to find a man who's into it as well, she may reject him. But he's going to be comfortable with that because he already told her, not into it, but he remained open-minded. It's just not something he's particularly listening to all the time. So now she's going to respect him more for having an opinion of his own, for not just agreeing to what she said to make her like him more in an attempt to get into her pants. So this is the power of getting rid of neediness, of being able to accept yourself as you are. Now you're probably wondering, well, Josh, how the hell do I accept myself as I am? And the thing you're going to want to do here is work on meditating and paying more attention to your thoughts so that you can catch when you're not accepting yourself. You're giving in to self-sabotaging behaviors like beating yourself up with your thoughts and saying you're not good enough, things like that. The more that you meditate, you'll be able to spot these thoughts when they're happening. So that way you can then reject them and interject with your own thoughts that come from you, not from society. Because usually when we don't accept ourselves, it's from other people. It's from society. It's from the outside world. Because you don't see babies coming into this world immediately self-sabotaging and thinking they're not good enough. You don't see babies quit trying to learn how to walk because they think they're dumb or stupid or they're not going to learn how to do it. That doesn't happen. Like, we have to learn to doubt ourselves and to give in to those self-sabotaging tendencies. So that usually means it's learned behavior from when we were young, from having childhood bullies or just other kids on the playground who made fun of us, or having unsupportive teachers or unsupportive parents. All of those things can contribute to us adopting self-sabotaging behaviors and mindsets, ways of talking to ourselves. So the more that you meditate, it allows you to notice these patterns of thought and then kick them to the curb, reject them and say, these thoughts aren't mine. They're coming from society. So now you can bring in thoughts that are your own, where you then say, it's okay if I feel like I'm unable to do this right now, because that doesn't mean I won't be able to do it in the future. I just need to acquire the skill set that will allow me to tackle this. Or you can say something like, I'm going to be patient with myself as I learn how to adopt this new skill. Or you could say, it's okay if I make mistakes and messed up this time. It's okay that I made a fool of myself to my friend group when I tried to make that joke that didn't land. Or it's okay that I approached that person I found attractive and fumbled my words like a fool. It's okay. I'm only human. This is how you accept yourself. You just have to have better ways of talking to yourself with your thoughts. You need to be more supportive of yourself and just understand you're a human being like everyone else out there. We're all fallible. I'm not perfect, and I know that for certain. The people around me aren't perfect. So why do we tend to hold ourselves to the standard of perfection? You're not going to hit it. So just become comfortable with being flawed, with making mistakes and being imperfect. You're a normal human being like everyone else out there. So stop holding yourself to such a high standard that most people can't even reach at all. Working on your self-talk in this way will help you accept and like yourself more. It is a practice. I mean, it takes a long time to be able to do this, but the more that you're able to catch those unhelpful thought patterns, the more you're able to interject with new supportive thought patterns of your own, you will be able to get rid of that old rewiring that doesn't help you. And then moving forward, slowly but surely, you'll notice that you'll be able to get to a point where you like and accept yourself enough that you'll not care so much whether or not other people accept you or like you. You'll be comfortable with it because you're going to like yourself enough that if someone doesn't like you, you'll know, hey, that's just not someone who's meant to be in your life. Like, why do you want to surround yourself with people who don't like you? That'd be a dumb move. So instead, you'll just shift. You'll say, I don't need that person. I'm going to go over here and try to find people who will be part of my tribe. So there you go. When you practice this more often, it will help you like yourself more, which naturally means other people will then like you more as well. It's so interesting how rather often the outside world will reflect how we feel on the inside. So when you like yourself more, other people will naturally like you more as well. And it's just one example of this phenomena at play, because another example would be the more you respect yourself, the more other people will likely respect you as well, and things like that. There are quite a few instances where this holds up. So remember that and just strive to go through life liking yourself, accepting yourself more, and approving of yourself more than you used to, because you'll find you'll get great results from it and it will make your life a lot better. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have for you guys in this video. I truly hope you enjoyed this one. If you like content like this, be sure to subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Arrivederci!